Welcome to an episode of InRange. I've got in my hands a reproduction 1860 Colt percussion revolver. I've also got a target downrange at 100 yards. Now, that's a difficult pistol shot. And in theory, this is capable of doing that. Am I capable of doing that? Are many people capable of doing that with just holding it one-handed, as was the style of the day? I don't know. We're going to give that a try in a minute. But many of these guns, even the original 1830s Patterson, were designed, or some of the Pattersons were rifles, and most of the Colts, not the Walker, but the Dragoons, 51, 60, etc., you could order them, or some of the generations were already pre-cut to take a stock. There's a little notch in the bottom of the grip, and there's a notch here, and a stock would fit onto this, and it would turn it into a sort of carbine. Of course, the origins of the stocked pistol, which we see with the Luger and the C96 broom-handle Mauser and the high power. But that was going on all the way back to the Old West. Now, the original stocks of their day were wooden and made it kind of look like a rifle, and they were quite beautiful. In fact, some of them were even meant to be canteens as well, in an interesting process of conservation of space and weight. Now, they're hard to get, even in reproductions. But I do have one of these, and this is not a historic reproduction. This is a modern incarnation of a stock. It's a skeletal stock, and it fits onto the back of the gun in 1860. And while it is not a reproduction of a historical stock, it will allow me to try to shoot this gun with a stock on it and see if I do any better with a stock, and if it's even viable to hit a 100-yard target with a stocked pistol at all. So the reproduction, historically accurate stocks, and this won't change the performance. So this is an interesting experiment. So first I got 6 rounds here. Let's see if I can even get one hit at 100 yards just without the stock. I'm going to go ahead and hold it two-handed just because this is a hard shot as it is. So give me that. Way low. Nope. Low left. Low. I'm going to aim way high here. Right. Elevation good. Low left. Okay, we've got the stock on here nice and tight. We're reloaded with 6 more rounds. Let's see if this makes a difference. Nope. Hey, hit! Just under it. Low. It's hard to not be low. All right, let's aim higher again. One hit out of 6. Still better than offhand. Let's try it one more time. Okay, I've loaded up another 6. I'm going to try to aim higher this time. See if we can do it. Left. Hit. Low. Left. Right. High right. Yep. And we fired all 6. Well, I'm getting hits with this that I'm not getting offhand, but it's not like it's substantially changing the game. I think we need one more set of 6. What do you think? I think one more try. I'm getting a little better with it. Let's see if one more time makes any difference. So if you like this kind of content, please remember that InRange is completely crowdfunded. We take no money from YouTube. We're completely demonetized proactively. That was my decision, although YouTube probably would have done it without my help. And I completely depend on you, the viewer, to keep InRange alive. If you'd like to consider supporting InRange, you can do it at patreon.com/InRangeTV. And if you can't, I do understand. Just subscribe to the channel, share with your friends. Okay, we got 6 more rounds. I'm going to do this as a final attempt. Maybe I'm getting a little better at this. Maybe I can get more than one hit here. Let's see. I don't know. Low. High. Oh, we're getting sticky. Uh-oh. Cap jam? Nope, we're just gun cut. All right. Nope. Hit! All right. Well, yeah, doesn't change the game that much. Did I get a few hits because of it? Maybe. But realistically, that's not a substantial amount of hits at 100 yards. So, first of all, people are going to say, isn't this breaking the law? And it is not, because this is a percussion revolver, not a cartridge revolver, a muzzle loader. This does not violate the NFA, the National Firearms Act. If this was a cartridge gun, it would be violating that law. But since this is a muzzle loading percussion revolver, it does not violate that law, and it is legal to put a stock on your percussion muzzle loading revolver. That said, these are not very popular today, and they were not very popular historically, and I think we can see why. The reality is these guns just aren't for this. 100 yards is quite a task and quite an ask for powder and round ball and percussion, especially with the way these guns are, and the sights on them are probably the biggest problem whatsoever. It's a little notch in the rear sight, and of course a front post, or sometimes just a bead, depending on which variant of Colt you have. And so getting hits at that distance, stocked or not, is a challenging proposition. Certainly you can scare the guy, and occasionally I got a couple hits, but it's not a reliable way to get hits. You're much better off carrying this as your sidearm for close range and some sort of rifle for long range. And that's what everybody did. In the Old West, that was the case. These things were out there. Very few of them exist still, historically speaking, on the market, and that's because they didn't make that many of them, because not that many people bought them. And even on the reproduction market, these are hard to find. And then once you get one, you come to find out, while it looks cool, it really isn't all that. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider supporting me at patreon.com/InRangeTV. Subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you next time.